My favourite moment is like when you get into the theatre and you sort of do that first like dress rehearsal where you just do the whole show start to finish, costumes, lights, all that jazz, and just have this moment of like, a month ago we had nothing. Like we had no show, we had nothing written, and we made this all, we rehearsed it all, we put it all together, and like it's here, like it's actually on stage, it's actually funny, it's interesting, people are gonna wanna watch it, like we actually made something. Love that moment.
I think my favorite moment of Revues is always the camp. It's always a lot of fun. It's the opportunity to get to know everyone a lot better. It's the kind of moment when the show starts to come together. It's always really nice and fun.
One time at camp, someone brought these cards and we just started answering questions based on those cards, and like you could chip in, you didn't have to. Either way, it was the most beautiful moment because in that space, like we weren't putting on a show. It was just a group of people who had found a really beautiful space. So I love any moment where we're just connecting, you know, backstage, watching each other while the audience is soaking up everything that we do. And yeah, I love my people.
Just like the energy backstage during a show, because you've got this, the excitement levels are so high, but then you have to be quiet, even if not everyone's successful at that, because the show is going on right in front of you and you're running around backstage and sprinting past people as their costume changing at the last second going, oh, I'm on the wrong side of stage. It's like the absolute chaos that all that is. I love that.
Oh, my favorite moment has got to be any audience interaction that we've had. Like one really good example was when at the finale I was singing I Will Survive and I come out in this beautiful ball gown, but they've seen me just looking so wretched the whole time because I was in a patient gown before. And so you come out and there's this, oh my gosh, from the audience. And that's just such an amazing moment when the lights go up and they're like, oh my gosh, how did she do that quick change? So very magical, you know, as it is.
I think I owe everything to POC Revue, especially because I was quite young when I joined it, and it was such a beautiful space for me to be welcomed in and ushered in by all these people who had been really comfortable.
I was the only first year in Revue last year, which was really terrifying, and I'd like held myself back a little bit from like signing up to new things. And I thought, you know what, like I've done performing before, I've done musical theatre, I'll just check out Revue, see what it's like. And it was like the best decision I've ever made. I've gained so much confidence, such an ability to just like put myself out there, because it's such a great environment where you can just like throw your dumbest ideas at the wall and like see what sticks. So I think that's the most important thing, just like community and confidence from the people that do it.
Coming from high school, which was a much smaller pool, and then coming to uni and going, oh, I can be as weird as I want. There are people here who will match my energy. And that was really freeing, because you just get this dedicated 2 hours a week, twice a week, to just embrace the chaos. And that was the best part of it all.
I think I've gained a lot of friends, like lifelong friends, and that's really been very important to me on my journey through my degree. I was really worried I wouldn't make friends or find people that I had common ground with, because there's just like 300 people in your degree, and you're all doing different things. Like, when are you going to get the time to have this common ground, right? And it was just so wonderful to have friends at the end of all of this, you know? So it's really great.
And the corniest answer ever, but like all the friends I've made, like I'm moving in with one of my best friends who I met through Queer Revue at the moment, which has been absolute chaos. So that's been amazing.
What I've gained specifically is a lot of confidence in my own capabilities. I'm very extroverted, so in terms of like being with people, that was fine, but it was a lot about trusting yourself and sharing your work with other people. I remember I've gone from highlighting my doc going, is this funny? And like asking the directors every time I do something like, was that good? To just performing and seeing what happens. And I owe POC Revue that.
A willingness to be silly as hell. And that's pretty much it.
If you don't already have the skills that we utilise, then you get to learn them in probably one of the most comforting and welcoming spaces. But if someone would like to know what skills we exercise in the Revue, it's a lot of comedy, so understanding like rhythm and timing and just the intricacies of that. Dancing, singing, rapping if you're up for it, and being a really, really fun person to hang around.
Like commitment and enthusiasm are the most important things. Like it helps if you've done performing arts and that kind of stuff, but we've had so many people that are just like, I'll just give it a go. And I think that's so much more important than like being the best singer, being the best dancer, because it's so much more entertaining to watch someone who just like looks like they're having fun rather than that has like perfect technique and years of experience. So just energy, commitment.
I think a lot of the review process is that you learn as you go, and you find out what you're good at. So maybe you're a really good voice person. Maybe you're really good at writing sketches. The only way you're really going to find out is if you come and do the review.
I can tell you that there are so many people who join reviews who have never been in a review before, never performed before, and it's just about getting in there, socializing, and having a good time overall.
If you can sing, do the singing. If you can dance, do the dancing. If you can act, do the acting. If you don't feel like you can do any of those, great. Do it anyway, or join the crew, because we need people to do all the things.
If you are hesitating at all to audition for a review, just do it, because it's so much fun and you will meet some of the greatest people you've ever met, and it's just like this little burst of joy for a few weeks in the middle of your year, and it's so worth like the commitment and the rehearsals and the craziness. I just love it so much. Like if you're thinking about it, just do it.
You get to make something together, which is really amazing, and you get to show it off to all your friends, and they'll all be like, oh my God, you're kind of funny, aren't you? And that's a pretty good feeling.
Do reviews. They're amazing, and you make so many cool friends, and it's like the best thing ever.